007! How are you today, my friend? How is the weather over there? Hopefully good enough for farming. Because that's what I'm doing today. I'm farming. Yeah, we got good weather here too. It's shaping up to be a pretty good summer so far. I mean, there are some people that are having some issues. You know, a little stormy here and there. Yeah, I was watching a program this morning, and it was on the Farming Simulator 22 esports. I was like, what? How can you do esports with a farming simulator? But apparently it's a thing. You have to bale wheat and deliver it, and depending on how you deliver it and how fast you get it there, you get bonus points, so on and so forth. It's a pretty big competition. I mean, they'll make esports out of anything, I guess. But I thought that was pretty funny. I watched that this morning going, well, okay. I could see it, I suppose. Cut the music. So I wasn't gonna stream today, but I thought, you know, I don't have anything better to do. Might as well stream. I'm on vacation for the rest of this week, and I'm playing anyway, so I might as well show you what I'm doing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just staying at home. Basically what it was is I maxed out my vacation time at work. So in order for me to keep earning vacation time, I have to burn some. So I just took 5 days off and just kind of relaxed at home and spent it with the kids, playing video games, and not doing anything too exciting. So we get, in the particular hotel I'm working at, we get, as a manager, I don't know how everybody else gets it, but I get 80 hours, so that's 2 weeks a year, up until I think it's either 3 or 5 years, and then they up it one more week. So, but I was maxed out at my 1 year mark with 80 hours, and I looked, you know, 5 months later, I looked at it and it's like, oh, hey, I haven't been gaining any time. So you gotta kill it, you gotta use it, or you lose it. So I didn't, you know, I wasted 4 months of vacation time I could have been earning, which was bullshit, but it is what it is. So I am on vacation. Yeah, only 2 weeks. We have, which is 80 hours, for a year's worth of work. Not the greatest, but it works. But then they increase it after a few years. So, most jobs I've worked at, you get 40 hours a year. You get a week. For a year's worth of work. So this one worked out pretty good. I thought I got 2 weeks for working a year. And I suppose each each job is a little different as far as the amount you can earn and the amount you can gain. Okay. Yeah, 180 hours, that's quite a bit. Now, the thing is, with our vacation time, especially here in Montana, they can't take it away from you. So they can cap it so you can't earn anymore, but they can't take away your vacation time. And if you quit your job and you have vacation time left over, they have to pay you for it. So it's, 2 weeks of bonus pay or whatever you want to call it. Okay. 160 hours, that's 4 weeks. 4 weeks of vacation time for full time. Now, does that start your first year that way, or is it after a certain time frame you get that? 'Cause that's what ours is. Ours goes up the longer you're with the company, the more you get. Same for everybody. All right. Yeah, definitely. Now, is that countrywide or is that just for your officials? Because I'm wondering, that's the way it is here. It's by the company you're with. Some companies give you better vacation time because they feel it gives you better employees that want to stay with you longer, so you got longevity there. It all depends on the company makeup and how they want to do it. They want to be a dictator and not give you anything. Well, then you're going to get crap employees. You're going to employees that aren't going to put their all into it. But if you take care of them, and when I worked for the city, yeah. So when I worked for the city, they gave maternity leave to guys also. So it wasn't just maternity leave for the women, but here at the hotel that I'm working at, it's maternity leave for the girls, and that's it. The guys don't get any maternity leave, which, one's a little more progressive than the other, but I guess I really never looked to see how cotton is picked. So it looks like it goes into that little auger, which pulls off the cotton, and then it gets sucked up probably by a vacuum up those tubes that goes up and then goes in. Absolutely they should. I honestly believe it takes two parents to raise a child. Because if you don't have two and two different opinions, the kid's just going to learn just the one particular way of, of growing up in the world, They've got, you know, whether it be dad's way or mom's way, whoever they're growing up with, but that's it. They don't have a second opinion to where they can, you know, go and make a decision on their own. But that's just my philosophy. Not everybody agrees with it, but yeah. So what are you doing today? You studying some more? Did you see the SpaceX launch today? That was pretty amazing. Tell you what, that guy's done more for space travel in the few years that he's been doing it than, you know, like NASA in its combined years. So I have one that's 28 and one that's 19. My boy is 28, my girl is 19. My girl just graduated high school, so she's still trying to decide what she's going to do with her life. And my son actually believes he just got a job as he went to college for computer programming, but he can't find a programming job and stay in state in Montana itself. He'd have to leave the state, and he just doesn't want it. He doesn't want to go to a big city. He doesn't want to get into that whole rat race. He wants to stay right here in beautiful blue sky and fresh air. So, you know, he's limited on jobs, but he thinks he has a job. He had an interview on Tuesday. They said they're going to send him an offer letter by the end of the week, which is a good sign. That, you know, if they're sending him an offer letter, that means they want him for the job. He just has to accept it now. But as information technology is an IT tech, so stuff that, you know, he does on the side for fun is what he's going to be doing for work. So it's like, okay. He'd rather be programming, but, you know, hey, it's a step in the right direction. At least he's working on computers and not out digging a ditch. Oh yeah, we have a worker shortage also, but because we have a hell of a time filling jobs at the hotel. It's just I don't know if it's the dynamic of what's out there right now. Nobody wants to do the lower end minimum wage jobs, you know, your public servers at a restaurant. Nobody wants to do those. Everybody wants a high-end corporate job, I guess. I don't know. Ever since COVID screwed everything up. When they shut down the country, everybody went home, and I think a lot of people went home and went, you know what, I don't want to do this when I go back to work. So, I don't know. I wish I had the answer. You know, I often listen for an answer, but nobody seems to have it. Nobody seems to know why there's no worker shortages. All I can figure is, and a good friend of mine brought this up to me, how many people do you know that are unemployed? And I got to really thinking about that, and I was like, of all the people I know, there's not a single one of them that's unemployed. They're all employed. So if we have all these people that are employed, where did the workers go? I think they started new businesses. They got out there and they did their own thing. And I think that's where we're at right now, is that we've got so many jobs and not enough workers that eventually some of these jobs are going to have to disappear. Yeah. So I think that has a lot to do with it. It's just there's so many businesses out there, and a lot of new businesses started up with COVID, probably because they're sitting at home going, you know what, I could do this better than the guy that's doing it now, and so let's see if we can. Let's start our own business. I honestly believe that's what's happened, but I don't know for sure. I don't think anybody really knows for sure. But whatever it is, I do know we need more workers. I think a lot of people went back to school too. You know, I really do. I think there's a lot of people that went to go get college degrees, and now they're in debt, and now they're going, oh shit, I got to get a job to get out of debt. Yes, we do. For the hotel, we definitely do. We have a bunch of Mexican immigrants. It's a company that we hired that supply them. So the company helps them get their work visas, helps them get their paperwork and everything in order so they can work inside the country. But it's expensive. I mean, we could pay somebody $25 an hour, which is high end for a hotel. Especially for, like, you know, a laundry attendant or a housekeeper, and still pay. That's still cheaper than what we pay this company to bring in this labor force, because we pay them $35 an hour for their labor. Now I don't know how much the actual labor people get paid, but you know, there's a lot to do with an immigrant worker too. You know, all the paperwork that has to be done and filed and kept up on so they're legal to work here. And then they can only work so long. And then they have to reapply for the paperwork. So, you know, I've already seen that happen. We had some that worked for us when I first started at the hotel, and then They had to leave because their visas were expired. They came back in with new visas, and now they're back to working for us again. So it's a game that they're playing, but you know, when you can't find workers, local workers, what do? There's not much you can do. I mean, I go to fast food restaurant all the time, and I see nothing but immigrant workers there. And you wonder, you know, geez, you know, and then you hear, you know, the right-wingers and the conservatives and everybody going, they're taking over our jobs. It's like, no, they're not taking over our jobs. They're doing jobs that there's nobody around for. And I tell people that all the time, especially when I hear that. Oh, I went to McDonald's and there all they were was, you know, Mexican-speaking people. They're taking all of our jobs. It's like, no, they're not. They're filling a position because there is nobody out there to work. You know, and that's where my buddy and I were talking, and he was like, yeah, do you know anybody that's unemployed? And I seriously thought about it. I was like, I don't know anybody that's unemployed, of any of my friends. Everybody's working. And I don't know if that's worldwide or if that's just the U.S. or what, but it seems like it's almost worldwide. So did you see the SpaceX re-entry with the new what is that, Starship? SpaceX Starship? That was pretty impressive. I watched the re-entry of the top half where the guide fin was starting to disintegrate. Bill! Well, you know, it's farming, Bill. Oh. Yeah, you'll have to Google it or not Google it. Yeah, Bill, you're absolutely right. SpaceX was awesome. Go to YouTube. They got a couple of really good videos. I watched one that was like 20 minutes long. The first stage came back down and did their splash soft landing in the ocean, and then the top part actually went into orbit and then went once around the world, and I think it was just once. I could be wrong, but went around the world and then touched down. So I won't ruin it because it's pretty exciting, especially if you're into that kind of stuff. I am way into SpaceX and what they're doing. I know Bill is too. Bill Beto is one of our Mahula family members. He games with us. But yeah, a lot of excitement there. I didn't watch it live. I was at physical therapy this morning when it was going on. But so I was listening to them, and they're using Starlink. They're using Starlink with all of his satellites now to capture that video and capture the real-time data. I thought that was amazing. You know, he puts up all these thousands and thousands of satellites, and he's putting them to use. I'm telling you, Bill Beto, what he's going to do. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it's its own company. I mean, yes, Elon owns it, but I wouldn't say SpaceX owns Starlink. Starlink is its own company for Elon, just like Tesla is its own company, but Elon owns it. It's kind of the same thing, you know. It's you know, the richest man in the world owning the companies. So Yeah. Yeah. Correct. And the only reason he bought Twitter is because he's a firm believer in being able to say what you want to say, and Twitter was. I hate censorship. I absolutely hate it. I don't know how some of the people in some of these countries can live with the censorship they have going on in their country. But it's not like the U.S. doesn't have their censorship. You know, you guys in the UK, you can turn on your news and you can see, you know, a local robbery gone wrong and somebody stabbed or shot, and they show it. But here they blur it out, or they don't show it at all. They just talk about it. You know, it's like, I think that hurts the public, although there are sensitive people, but I think they're too sensitive. I think they need to be desensitized. You know, when we were coming out of World War II, I think that's why our World War II vets were such badasses, is because they saw all that death and destruction right up front, and it changed them. And I think it changed them for the better, for the most part. Understanding that life is precious. Yeah. Yeah, and that's understandable. You know, you don't want your kids to find out. Yeah, it does. And I think more people, and this is my opinion, guys. I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I think more people need to understand death is permanent. Death is not a good thing. I mean, I watch some of these kids in these gangs. Exactly. You hit the nail right on the head, Bill Meadow. If you sanitize it too much, it just makes it easier for other people to go, oh, that's not that bad. No, it is. It is really bad. You just don't understand the severity of it. Because I honestly believe we have way too many stupid people in our world. People that just, oh my God, what the hell were you thinking? Type people. And the belief system. You know, it's like, I believe there are no birds. They're all government drones. What the fuck? How can you? And if you haven't heard that, oh my God, just go to YouTube. And the guy started as a joke, and now it's a whole movement. You know, it's like flat Earth. It's the same way. You know, it's like, oh, unbelievable. But you know, there it goes. People will believe anything, especially if they don't have the intelligence to sort out the difference. And that's the way I put it. 97, 96. Yeah. And why is that? Because they don't know any better? Or, I mean, obviously, you know, it's faster money than, I'm sure, than going out and getting a job. Yeah, no risk. Yeah, well, see, that's playing on the stupidity of children. Yep. And that's, like I said before, 007, it takes two parents to raise a child, to teach them right from wrong. Yeah, that's the, I don't know where that came up from. I mean, that's like saying, you know, you have to be a Republican or a Democrat in the United States. You have to be one or the other. Bullshit. I fall right in between both of them, because there's stuff that the Democrats believe in that I absolutely adore, and same thing with the Republicans. It's just like, it's not black and white. Yeah, thought process, yeah. Yep, it does seem pretty common, unfortunately. But, Yeah. See, and I take a different stand on the whole abortion policy. I realize it's life, but we have, if you look at the research, we have twice as much birth rate as we do death rate. That's why our population keeps going up and up and up. We have 7 billion people on the planet, or actually it's almost 8 billion now, people on the planet, and yet people are starving to death. Even with those people starving, we're still making more kids than old people are dying. And now a lot of that is because we got better medicine now, so people are living longer. I mean, I watched a documentary just yesterday about the first humans that they found, like a tribe that died together. And the oldest person in that tribe was 20 years old. 20. Because they weren't expected to live any longer. The cowboy days, back in the Western times, when we were riding around on horses and all that, you were, 40 years old, you were an old man. Now look at it. We're 80s and 90s. So our life longevity is extended due to better science and better medicines. But yet the birth rate hasn't slowed down any. It's still the same. It's actually double what the death rate is. And that's not sustainable for a planet. Bob! Bob is in the house. I'm farming, Bob.
Hello there.
I'm farming. I'm picking cotton right now, Bob. I think there's some duality going on here. I'm a cotton picker. See where we at? 90. Harvesting is complete. Okay, I want to collect that. Oh no, I don't want to collect it yet. So all the stuff that's in the harvester now will be mine. So I'm collecting profit right now. Very true. Very true. Well, depending on which side of the coin you're looking at. Not that I'm pro anything. I'm totally anti-slavery. That's not even a thing. That should never be a thing. There isn't one human that's better than another human. True. Yep, Bill, you're absolutely right. NASA's a little behind the times. But, yeah, I mean, owning somebody and making them work for you, that's never a good thing. But it was labor shortage, just like anything else. They wanted maximized profits because money drives the whole thing, and that's the problem. It's not slavery is a problem. It's money is a problem. But how else do you do it? Community co-ops, the cooperatives, they work in small amounts, but there's no perfect way to run a world, SpaceX for the win. Yep. Who goes? I think so. I really do. I think that's the stepping stone to Mars. And I really hope and pray that I am around to see the first man or woman on Mars. I would love to be to be able to leave this world knowing that we're a multi-world colony now, multi-world species. Well, that's true. There's some technology bumps they've got to get past, though. Oh, I'll sign up. You'll sign up for the second flight. See, I've already said they had a. Somebody did. I don't know who it was. Posted that we're looking for volunteers to go to Mars, and the first day they opened the list, there were 200,000 people that volunteered to go, and they made it. They gave you the parameters. It's a one-way trip. You're not coming back. You're going to go there. You're going to set up a permanent colony, and that's the problem with NASA. And that's why they never even attempted Mars, because their philosophy was, yeah, we're going to go there, but we need to be able to come back to Earth because that's where home is at. No, you go there, and that's where you go from. Absolutely, absolutely. It takes a special person to be able to live like that. I mean, you think about it. If you go outside, you have to put on a suit with a helmet and everything to go outside. And if you develop any type of leak in your suit, you could die. So, it's like, it would be like living underwater and going outside in the ocean. And if you get a leak in your suit, you're going to drown. It's no different. Can you, and how long can you do that? Well, some of these kids that are being raised nowadays that never leave their house, that don't go outside, they use DoorDash to deliver food. Right, Bob? Yeah, underwater the fish don't stink. But I mean, they got people that eat at home. They never leave their apartment or their house. Hell, I know people who have never left the city they were born in to go anywhere in the world. I've traveled all over the world. When I was in the Navy, I traveled. I've been not in every country I wanted to go to, because there were a lot of countries I would love to have gone to that I just didn't have the opportunity for. But I was in 30 different countries the 6 years that I was in. I was very, very fortunate because my uncle was in the Navy for 24 years, and he had never been in that many countries in the 24 years that he'd been there. But that's because his ship kept going to the same ports over and over. So he got to know those countries better than I did. I only had, 3 days in country. But the cultures and the differences is what I really liked. Yeah. Well, okay, yeah, true. European, but I mean, it's still a different country. I mean, yes, I was in Egypt and I went to Turkey, all right, that's kind of the same area, Spain and France, but it's still, those are different countries, and that's the whole point, is to experience all those different cultures, all that different, just the differences that people have. That's why I enjoy gaming. Do you think that 007, or even Bill, we would ever have met in our lifetime if it hadn't have been for the internet and gaming? But if we would have been back 20 years ago, you communists over there, right? You would have never even thought about talking to somebody from the Soviet Union or Afghanistan or England or Norway or Sweden or wherever. But yet I talk to these people all the time. A lot of it's through chat, but guys, I think gaming is the one that's going to start the world coming together as one, you know, and we realize there are differences in our cultures, but there's not differences in the people. All the people are still the same. Yeah. Could be a very small place. Oh, crap. I'm not going to hit 100%. And it's not going to poop out another bale. Now we'll pick up this edge. I don't think there's any other edges there. Let's see how much more that gives me. 87%. Well, that is. I mean, you could, well, you guys might be going to an ad. You know, it can be said the same thing for just people in other states. You know, are speaking, you know, talking with a Canadian or somebody down in Brazil. I mean, I got a good friend of mine down in Brazil. He's only a friend because he watches my games and comments to me and talks to me, and you know, our love is the game, but yet, you know, we can have conversations just like this, and I love that. Yeah, I'm not gonna hit 100% gathering this shit. So, well, that's all right. I'll have a start, because I don't think I can unload. Oh, I can unload unfinished bale. Oh, I can do that. All right. I just saw that. Well, I'm going to collect all this, run it down to where my property's at. Clean it up a little bit, I suppose. It's a long, slow drive at 16 miles an hour. But, yep, I honestly believe gaming is the way of the future. It's the way to bring people together. You know, I often watched, I watched a lot of Star Trek, the original series when I was young. And I often said, what would it be like to have a united world? You know, a world that worked together, how much we could accomplish. And then I go, what is holding us back from that? What is actually doing it? And it's our governments. It's our governments saying, no, we can't do that because these people are communists and they have different beliefs. And, you know, well, yeah, everybody's got different beliefs. So you learn to work around them. You learn to work together and compromise and come up with, you know, but they don't seem to be able to do it. Yep. But, you know, it's just like, and Bill can attest to this, you know, it's the whole Brexit thing. You know, why did the UK want to get out of the EU? You know, what was the ultimate reason on why they wanted to leave? It had to do with money. And that's where I circle back around again to everything that is being decided because of money. Where if we could get rid of money, and the only way to get rid of money because the British were dumb. Okay, that's possible. I mean, you know, I'm not saying I'm an expert on the whole situation, but there again, it has to do with, I honestly believe it has to do with money. Yeah, okay, Bill agrees with you. Right? Bill agrees with you that they're just dumb. But I guarantee you it was about money. I guarantee you. The reason they wanted to leave is because they made more money by not paying your, you know, what everybody else paid. Now, every other country paid it, but, you know, I don't want to pay it. Now, where's my, yeah. There it is. Well, but there was a reason. They were saying, from what I gathered, they were saying they'd make more money by not being in the trade union than they would be by being in the trade union. And that was what I understood Brexit to be about. Now, it doesn't affect it. I mean, it's not my country. It didn't affect me. But when you actually stop and think about it, is that what it was all about? Was it just about money? Sure. Control could be it. Yep. Yeah. Alright, let's, shit, I don't know how. Let me poop this out on the ground here. Alright, why? I want to know what that little turbine is right there. Oh, they crashed into each other. And I think that one's done too. Let me look. Weeding, 96%. All right, what are we missing? Oh, field 8. Yeah. What are we missing? That side over there. Okay. Are you holding out high hopes for NASA, Bill? I don't even hold out high hopes for NASA. All right, whoop, 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 whoop. Back up, back up. Yeah, the concept, guys, the concept was great. I mean, that was back in the 60s and 70s when we had, you know, a clear vision on what we wanted to do and where we wanted to go. And then we did it, and it was like they just started collecting money is all they did from the government. They didn't do anything. Now, they did a lot of research. I mean, I'm sure, you know, bringing back those moon rocks. But they never considered what they're considering now, and going up there and trying to make fuel from the water that's on there, you know, setting up a refueling station. I mean, that's the whole plan that Elon's got. If there's actually water on the moon, ice and all that, turn it into fuel for the rockets. But you got to get the rockets to use that kind of fuel efficiently, and I think he's proven that that's a no-brainer. All right, so harvesting is complete. Let's collect that. The weeding, we'll wait until 8's done, almost done. Then we'll collect those other 2. Cultivating, I don't know if I want to do these. Cultivating field 24. Correct. And that's the beauty of... Oh, should I go do harvest 18? Which one's 18? 17. 18's this one. I should go harvest that one. That'd be money in my pocket. Of course, where's it going? It's going to the spinnery. Now they just need a Captain Kirk for your private enterprise. Yep, I'm going to go do 18. Alright, so this guy should be done. Dude! What the fuck? That's how you drive right there. Or that could just be strictly a game mechanic. Yeah. AI worker completed their task. Oh. Which AI worker? Okay. No, he hasn't completed his task. He's just hasn't finished where he needs to be. That's that same white car, goddammit. Must be an anti-farmer. Bob clipped my self-writing. Alright, this should give me the last bit of weeding. I'm at 97. Yeah. He'll go up and catch that strip and then he should be done. Alright, let's get this guy home. Oh, actually, let's get our... Get this guy over here and get him picking some more cotton. Got to make some of this money back that I spent on this guy. Holy shit. You can see I'm down to $500,000. I had to buy a $400 and something thousand harvester. Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I made the mistake. I bought the cotton field, and I'm like, yeah, we're going to do this, and I'll grab a harvester from another job, and it dawned on me, you can only use the equipment on their field. So I had to buy a harvester. Yeah. But that's all right. Because now, Bob, when you look, I have in my spinnery, I have 11,000 wool, but I've got 45,000 cotton. I'm maxed out. So I'm making fabric like crazy now. And of course, the fabric's going to go right into the clothes, which is more capybara clothing. Capybara, 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 capybara. And what I had to go test this out before I did this, but I had to make sure I'm doing the square bales for my baler, for a cotton baler. I had to make sure that this could carry those bales, and they do. It's a little tippy, but it does the job. So I can take that bale and take it over to our spinnery, one bale at a time. But it takes time for the harvester to make bales, so yeah. These weeds are almost as tall as my telehandler. This is a field of large weeds. This will have to be sprayed. You can't just weed it. You have to spray it. Oh. Field 8's done. Alright, he's done weeding. So he completed that contract. All I've got left is my new harvesting contract. Okay, so let's collect this, this, and this. And still not in the positive. I spent $603,000 and $850 of it was new vehicles. Yeah. Well, that's because I also did... Let's see if I can get closer. Yep, no, I'm going to take the truck over there. So we harvested a huge field of potatoes, and we had a whole bunch of potatoes left over. So, and they don't sell for a couple more months. So what we did is we piled them up right here. That's a huge pile of taters. Lots of taters. So I bought these two machines. One pulls it off the ground and then dumps it into here. And this one goes up to there. And you pull your truck and trailer underneath of it and fill up the trailer. and then we'll take the taters and sell them. But that's not going to happen. I think taters, let's see, potatoes sell in January is the height of potato season, and we're in October. So we got a few more months. The potatoes are going to sit here on the ground. What are taters, Precious? Yep, so... First, we got to go move this bale that I just dropped off. We'll go move it down by our spinnery. But I'll show you. Now, this isn't a full bale. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. Oh, well, that's right. That one needed to be closer to that one anyway. But you would think, I don't know, that's a pretty big bale. Boom. Lift and tweak. And there we go. It's a little bouncy, but now if you were actually driving in this thing, you can't see shit. See, I wasn't even heading the right direction. So Bob, I was telling these guys earlier, I was watching esports, and they have farming simulator for esports. And I'm like, how the hell do you have competition in farming simulator? Yeah. So what they do is they have wheat fields, and they have to go out and they have to harvest the wheat field and then bale the wheat. Well, you would think, but you bale the wheat, and then it's a race to get the bales back to the barn. And the faster you get the bales back to the barn is how you win. It was really a weird competition thing. All right, because we're full up on cotton right now, I'm gonna just leave this outside until we need to actually move it in. Our trees are growing nice and tall. God damn it. Alright. Yeah, it looks like a tropical rainforest with those trees. Alright, now we'll put this guy over on that cotton field, and we have to run those bales all the way over to our spinnery. Since we made a spinnery now, when you do the contracts come to your spinnery. I didn't realize that, and I was stacking them all up at the other one going, why isn't it taking it in? That's because we own one. And because we own one, you're supposed to take them there.
Capybara, 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 capybara.
There's our damn dog way out in the middle of the field. What are you doing out there, Rover? Alright. See where he's at. 37%. It holds quite a bit. I think it's a 20,000 liter bale. There. Yes, Bob, we have a dog. Yeah. This would be the dog house for the dog. See, we can fill his bowl with food, and then he'll come over and eat, and we can play fetch, we can pick up the ball and throw it. And you can pet the dog. Hey, look. He's right over here. Whoop. I know he's coming home to eat. How do I pet him? R. There. I petted him. Every time I pet him, he rolls over. Then he sits.
Capybara, 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 capybara.
This is my fast tractor too. I bought one of these. 45 miles an hour this tractor can go. And it's a large tractor. I think it is. Yeah. Which is awesome. I'm going to start buying them. Get rid of the other tractors. This is when I did my Tokyo drift in. I bought one of the other fertilizers too. Gotta be really careful about going really fast though, because yeah, you tend to run into shit. Gotta wash it. He's out there weeding the field. Oh man, I already scratched it. Look at that shit. God, I didn't buy it brand new either, by the way. I bought it used. So it came with the scratches already. I just don't get. So these are 289,000 and they go 43 miles an hour. They're the fastest tractor out there. And they're a large tractor. Is that the same brand? No, just JCB. I don't think this is JCB. I love this tractor though. Looks like a freaking tank, man. It turns on a dime too. As well as it should. You know, it's a tracked vehicle. There's several of them that way. There's another one. They're pretty sick looking. There's the Deere. Nothing runs like a Deere. Then you got the big boy Deere. That's just sick looking right there. That is nothing but awesomeness in disguise of a tractor. That's all that is. Awesomeness in the shape of a tractor. I think silage too, Bob. We might have to do that if you got time tonight. I think silage is coming up to sell. Silage is in January, December, January. And yeah, we're in October. So we got to sell all that shit. There's a lot there. There's a lot of silage here, man. There's a lot of it. And I got those the hay bales back there too. And we don't even have cows to eat it yet. But that's up to crunch. I'm just maintaining his stuff. See, I think I want to get rid of this tractor, although this is a nice tractor. Is this the one that's got the... no, this is the Axion. Where's my other tractor? Not that one. This one is my the other newest one. And this one's got, yeah, this one's got the hookup up front for... See, and I thought maybe I'd have to have this to move those bales because it's got this front end loader here. So then it's got a fork. But haven't had to use it yet. But I thought I might have to use this tractor in order to pick up those big bales, but your front end loader, your tello loader, worked just fine. %. All right, what other contracts do we have going? We don't think we have any, right? Yeah, it's just this harvesting contract. 'Cause I'm not going to cultivate field 24 and 4. 24 is this one here. And 4 is right there. I hate that odd-shaped one. I might cultivate 24 just because it wouldn't take very long. But the way to do this Is that one actually supposed to be bigger? I think this one's bigger. This is the one I have. And they want you to do that big ass field with that little guy? My cultivator, yeah, it's only 12 meters wide. But if you look at, where's the cultivators? Cultivator. See, that's this other one. So this one is the one I've got. That's 12.2 meters. This one's 14 meters wide. This is the big boy right there at 15. Those are the nice ones. I mean, between the two, if I was going to buy one, I would spend the extra $4,000 and buy this one to get that extra 1.5 meters. Oh, there's the difference. This one requires up to 375 horse, as low as 276. This one 331, 368. So that requires a big tractor to pull it. That's our old TerraTrack. I sold it. It had a lot of hours on it, 82 hours. Boy, every time I turned around, it needed repairing. After 75 hours. I think this is one of the best space sims on Steam. It's called Rings of Saturn. Have you heard of that one, Bob? Rings of Saturn? Oh, well, there's a whole... This must be the base game. Oh, okay. It's a 2D top-down. Yeah, not impressed with that one. All right. Do we want to take that contract or not? I mean, it's right here. If I do... wants me to do it with that one. I could just grab my tractor and trailer and do it for $6,000. Holy shit. Grab this one. Cultivate both of them. Borrow the items for $1,800 and accept the cultivating contract on that one. Pooping out anything yet over there? Doesn't look like it. Is it still moving? Doesn't look like it's moving. It is. Oh, it's because he just pooped out a brick. That's what it was doing. It was pooping. Got to give it time to poop. Open World Life Simulator. Raptors Planet. Alright, what game is this? Let's see, is this on the other side of the river? It is. God damn it. Denizen is the name of it. I'll have to look at it. Denizen is the name of the game. Let me look at that one. Denizen, it's special promotion, 15% off, $17. Looks like Sim City. Yeah, looks like Sim City. Make a living for yourself in the city with full opportunity while you meet a variety of locals, explore unique locations, and work your way to the top of this open light world life simulator. Boring, and it's single player only. Even more boring. Okay, well, Raptor, sometimes you get these games that just, they suck. Alright, let's... Oh yeah, we can go pick up our poop. Alright, we'll watch a Mars documentary. Have it on for noise anyway. Oh. Is this the spinnery I need to take it to? Shit. Contract. No, I need to take it up to that one. God damn it. But why I'm here, hold on. Why I'm here. So that's one of my extra bales that's sitting there. And it's not gonna go away. So that's not bad. So we got to run it from this field just up the road to here. That won't be too bad to do. Not so fast going uphill. We haven't done a shout out for Bilbetto in a long time. Let's see if he's still playing that Orcs football game. No, playing Soul Mask.
Let's see what happens.
But his video's still of him playing the Orc football game. Bill, how do you like Soul Mask? If you're still around.
Oh, has he killed himself?
My new favorite game. Nice. Yeah, you need new clips. Oh, interesting. See, I picked up Myth of the Empires, and we were just kind of play testing it for a little bit. And I haven't gotten into doing anything like with tribesmen or anything like that. We just kind of got into the basics, Zan and I did. But Zan, Bob, and I are going to play Sunday, but we had to pick up the new map. There's a DLC map for it. It is definitely worth getting because the first map was okay. It's just like there wasn't a lot of resources that you really need, like copper. But this new map, there's all sorts of copper all over the place, which is awesome. So we're going to play the new map on Sunday, so we look forward to that stream. And it should just be the three of us, unless Elephant Crunch said I think he said he had people coming over or something, so he wasn't going to make the Sunday stream. But if anybody else picks it up, by all means, more than welcome to join us in our adventures of Myth of the Empires with the new DLC map. So not only you got to buy Myth of the Empires, you got to buy the DLC map. It's the only one they have, so you can't go wrong by getting it. It's $10 for the map, and then I don't remember what the game is. Let me see. I got it right here. The game is, I think it's, yeah, the game's $30. I think I bought it on sale though, but the sale's not going anymore. And then, of course, you can get the bundle, which is, yeah, the bundle is Myth of the Empires and the map. But because I have both of them, I don't know what the bundle price is. So you'd have to look at that. But you can pick up both of them as a bundle. It's got some controversy behind the game. Apparently they sold some coding from another game that they were involved in. They got sued for it and had to walk the coding back, and now they're having issues with, now they created this toxic environment, and now there are people that are playing the regular servers that are cheating and modding. They're really going after the game. So we'll see how long it lasts. I mean, I don't mind it as a single player game or, multiplayer, but with people playing against the computer. We'll see how it goes. I haven't attacked anybody on the computer yet. Every time I see him, I run the other way because my armor sucks, my weapons suck. I just started off. I just wanted to test the game to see how it was playing. It plays a lot like Conan. But, so what's Soul Mask like? Is it like Conan 2? Also, I should say. Conan also, not Conan 2. There's no Conan 2. There's just Conan 1. But, yeah, but there's, the one thing Conan had that I really loved about it was the nudity. You get a woman with some big tracts of land.
She's got huge tracts of land!
And you just can't beat those juggling tracts of land. Yeah, right? Oh, they actually go get the materials. See, that's cool. I like that. So do you like set an area that they go log the trees, or have a mine that they go mine? Because I think that's the way Myth of Empires is. You create a mine, and then you can get the ore that way. But I don't know. I haven't gotten that far into it. I was going to watch some videos this weekend before we play, just to see how a lot of that stuff is done. Alright, what are we at? 76% for cotton. This guy's working away. He's got a big field. He's got a lot to do. I wonder if I should send... I think I might. I might just go send my yellow tractor. Where's my yellow tractor? Right there. And... I need a cultivator. What's my cultivator look like? I forgot. Oh yeah, it's the red one. Red one with wheels. I think it's right over there. That's the blue cultivator. Oh, there it is. Way down here. Way down in the boonies. Oh, wait. Is that my cultivator? I think it is. The Rosen Smash. Rosen Smash. Is that it? A Rosen... yeah, Rosen Mash. Too much equipment. Too much equipment. This one's not as big as the one the other guy's using, but it'll get some work done. It's all money in my pocket. No pooping yet. %. Almost ready to poop. You know, some of these concepts they have for going back to the moon, setting up a permanent colony, it's like, where are they coming up with this shit? Where are they coming up with it? I mean, I get it, there's brilliant people out there, but I don't know. I like the 3D printing idea. Sending robots up there and 3D print the buildings out of the materials that are there. All right, let's see. This guy is harvesting. Harvesting. It's cultivated, but it's not updating. Not updating that this field is being cultivated. Oh well. Nope, there's a poop. He pooped that puppy right on the road. So I wonder, this is the biggest field. It's 2.3 mil. That was like the second biggest. It's the one we're working on. But this is the one that's gonna 2.349, 2.3. No, so 19 is more expensive, and that's the one that we've determined that once we purchase this property, and it's got this beautiful farm on it already, and a farmhouse and a whole bit, that game over. This one's done. But we need 2.4 million, 2.3.5 million. We're getting there. We are getting there. Let's go see how many Capybara t-shirts we have. Whoop.
Capybara, 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 capybara.
There we go. We got 3. Then did we have one out here, or did I move it back? No, I moved it back. Yeah. Can't believe how tall these trees got. This is our lumber for our production plant here. We're making furniture. But we're always, just from the trees surrounding the place, we've kept it full. So got plenty of canola oil, plenty of water. We've got a lot of cotton and a lot of wool. I do have both of them active, right? Yeah. Running and running. because the cotton really hasn't gone down. And of course, I haven't really spent any time. I mean, I just filled these this month, so. And of course, our chickens. We could feed our chickens, but they're, you know, doesn't really need it. I wonder if my pickup can load chicken feed and dump it. Let's go see. Oh, I drove over to Taters. Smashed them up. See if this is a working truck. Yo! Unfold car. Oh, look at that. Okay. But there's no fill. Yeah. So I really can't do anything. I could put like lettuce and stuff in the back. I can fork it in there. But alright, let's go put the pickup back. And don't drive over the taters. Don't drive over the taters. %. All right. Let's load up some honey. it. Ciao, dog. Damn it. God damn it. Battery charged? Alright, well that got the last of that on there, but I may have to get another trailer with all the lettuce we're making. Let's just take a look. Lettuce. Sells in January and we're in October. November, December, January. That's 3 more months. I don't know how much more lettuce I'm going to produce. Yeah, I got one right there. I might as well put that up. This is the canola oil. There's a shit ton of canola oil being produced. These sit at least a little flatter. Pooping yet? No pooping. I think I might go grab that trailer there for lettuce. Think I can grab it with this? Nope. Well, that sucks. So what's the point of the pickup? Except for drive around really, really fast. I know the pickup can haul a few things. It can haul that little trailer. What are we doing here? Well, we're getting closer. So let's see where that contract's at. Cultivating this field, 94%. I got a trailer there too. May look at a different trailer for all the silage. See if there's actually a trailer that hauls silage. Alright, so this is field 24 and it's done. So now we need to go to field 4. Let's finish what I was doing first. And there we go, all strapped down. I must have pooped. Yep. Just can't see it. Not close enough. So let's look what that's doing at. Trailers. No, not that kind of trailer. Oh, that's our trailer. Trailers. So I don't think any of those are the kind of trailers I'm looking for. So what other kind of trailers there be? Silage low, I suppose. It's going to require a semi though for silage. Might have to Google that, silage trailers. I love that sound. That diesel sound. Alright, so field 4 now. That's the one I hate. Ooh, 85,000. Field 8. Fertilized field 8. Let me get this up there and then... Oh, you know what? I'm going to use this tractor. Use my fertilizer, but use their tractor. field 4? Oh, field, no. Fertilizing field 18. 18. Oh, that one. God damn it, what field am I fertilizing? 18. Fertilizing that field? No. All right. Fertilizing field 8. 8 is that big ass one. All right, well. Let's go fertilize the big boy. Did I not accept it? Field 8, fertilize. And I'm at field 8. There we go. Weird. This is my chicken feed tractor. down here and I pick up my little trailer and fill it with chicken feed. I think this one would also pull the water barrels. Now there's supposed to be, you know what, I'm gonna look. There's supposed to be silos. No, silos extension, yeah. A supplementary water tank. This water tank helps to supply your greenhouses with water. Must be placed near the greenhouse. Overlaps another object. No, hold on, I got a phone call. Alright, that kind of prettied it up a little bit here. Good enough. All right. Feed some chickens here. I think I lost some wheat. Barley, oats, canola. I don't know what I lost. Not worried about it. There was some sort of harvest income when I changed that tower out. But I like the bigger tower. Got even more storage. The only problem I have with this thing is feeding that small chicken coop. Getting in there is like, geez. Can you lock that trailer? Activate cruise control, open cover, unload here. Got a bunch of eggs. I think I'm just gonna take it over here and unload. This It's one of those trailers that you just... See if I can go from this side. Now running over the eggs. Well, that's the easiest way to do that.
Just give me that countryside.
There's a poopy. Alright, how close is this guy getting? 74. field 4 is 70% done. That's up there. There's one there that didn't get taken out. Didn't get sold. Oh. This is the wrong spinnery. Remember? Ah, damn it. I gotta come get that one. I did that last time, didn't I? I brought it all the way over there. Wrong spinnery.
Hello, Mr. George. How much you pay for the new guy? 20 bucks? No, too much money. He's no good operator.
take a little seed, a tiny little seed. I'd plant it in the ground. I'd put some dirt on it. I'd water it, and pretty soon, do you know what I'd have?
A dirty little wet seed.
Yeah.
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 Emotional damage.
So this weeds are growing, needs rolling. It's harvested. Needs rolling. Well, I'm not gonna roll it right now. %, harvesting, fertilizer 70, 97 on a cultivation. drop this off and watch the cultivation. So I think that's done. Yep, field 4 cultivating is done. So harvesting, let's take a look at field 8. Yeah, he's still moving. And harvesting's at 89. Yeah. And it doesn't do anything. It's just fun to do. I think it should have something to do with like the equipment. You know, oh, I just pooped out another one, I bet. No, 12%. Yep, I did. I think it should. I think it should have bearing on the equipment as far as breakdowns and stuff like that, but it doesn't. It's kind of weird. The breakdown of the equipment is how rough the field is, and I'm assuming crashing into stuff. Yeah, you know, it's always better when the equipment, you know, looks good, clean. Alright, let's see where we're at with this contract. 93. Let's go ahead and run this up there and see what this gives us. See if this will get us really close to finishing this contract, and it'll shut down the contract, and the rest of it's our profit, or our cotton. We'll go throw it in a pile with our other stuff, and we'll use it for making capybara clothing.
Capibara, 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 capibara.
Alright, we're at 94%. %. 99. Almost there. And where are we at for fertilizing? We're at 90%. Still moving or not? Nope. I have to go up there and get that one going. As soon as I finish this one.
Hello there.
Hey, Liram! How's it going, my friend? Just doing a little farming, doing a little farming.
She's got huge tracts of land.
Capybara, 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 capybara.
Ja.
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 Sure taking a long time to get that last percent. But I think it's going to give me almost a full bale to go into our capybara clothing factory.
Capybara, 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 capybara.
Yeah. We're big capybara fans.
Captain Adonis, on the wheel. might. He's nobody's ready to fight. From dusk till dawn, he plants his seeds. But when the sun sets, he fulfills his needs. A sailor of the Navy, never backing down. He takes life by the horns. Wears victory as a crown. With callous hands and a heart so bold. Captain Adonis.
My name is Optimus Prime.
That's a song Ben the Badass. He's a great streamer. He made for me on that virtual, or no, not virtual. What is it? AI, the AI generated music. I can't believe we're not. What is going on with this field? Yeah, I appreciate the lurk, my friend. Absolutely. It helps the stream. It gets that that item, the follower count up there. And yeah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. There it is. Contract complete. All right. Why are you backing up? Jesus. I'm sitting here watching it. It's like, why is he backing up? All right. So 65%. Probably have 66, maybe 67%. By the time we get these last 2 rows of cotton in. Get this done, we'll run the bale over, drop it off. Oh, I gotta keep an eye on my other one. 99%. Oh, let's jump to it. As soon as he's done, I need to shut him off. This guy costs me money. So as you can see, the money's counting down. So it pays for the fertilizer as you're fertilizing. So as soon as this contract's done, you want to stop your AI from throwing any more fertilizer out there. Come on. AI has completed their task, but yet I'm still at 99%. Alright, so let's take a look and see what's left. Okay, I got that little spot there. So let's turn around. Go fertilize that little spot there. Right in here, it'll probably be done. Really? It didn't finish? He wants me to do a row down this way? Oh my god. God, what else is left? It's the only thing left is right there. Yeah. Is what it is. It's a big field. So 1% could be quite a bit. And I'm not paying for fertilizer now because I'm using the fertilizer that I loaded in the back of this. Hey, stop. Okay, it's not this one. It's 18. The fertilizing, the harvesting's not done. So I just spent all that for nothing. Alright, let me get this back to my farm. So I may have to go sell some of that. Well, I don't even know how to do that. Well, I'll sell the cotton, and what it'll do is it'll give me a harvest bonus. Not the quickest tractor in the world. Oh well, yeah, we'll take the money. You know, normally what I'd do is I'd take the bale, but obviously those are extra bales that I have there for my tannery or my spinnery. Still got to figure out a trailer for the silage. What trailer would be the best to haul silage? I spit out this one now, unload, and deliver this one, should have done it a while ago. Go ahead and collect this all the way to the end. Wish I would have thought of that. I wish I would have known. I thought it would just go to 100%, but it didn't. It's alright. I wonder what happens if I spit this one out. It doesn't actually have, must be a certain percentage. Once it hits a certain percentage, then you can poop it out. Alright, so I've got 2% inside there. I don't have a way of pooping it out. So we're going to just pick up this bale. Where the hell is it? Down there. I'm going to pick up that bale and deliver it, and that'll finish it off. It'll just give us money for the extra cotton. The only problem is cotton's not at the best spot, you know, best time to sell right now. Driving down the road blind. I suppose that's one way to do it. I mean, that's, you know, this interior is actually pretty cool. Yeah, no kidding. The cars can be a real pain in the butt. Are they stacked up behind me? Yes, they are. Alright, well, like I said, this will give me money whoa, whoa. Get the load down a little lower to the ground. There we go. It'll complete it and then there we go. Can I pick this up? Nope. Oh, I can. I can. All right, it sold off from 65 to 52%. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah. I'd rather use this than getting the money. I'd rather use this to make capybara clothing.
Captain Adonis, follow with might. He's nobody's ready to fight. From dusk till dawn, he plants his seeds. But when the sun sets, he fulfills his needs. A sailor of the Navy, never backing down. He takes life by the horse, wears things truly as a crown, with callous hands and a heart so bold. Captain Adonis, a legend untold. Badass and untold, badass farmer, sowing his seeds of power. Captain Adonis, rule every hour. He flies through the day, conquers through the night, living life to the fullest. His spirit takes flight.
I don't think I can stack a third one on top. We're gonna try. I may be able to stack a third one. Yes, cotton Jenga. That's the beauty of a telehandler. All right. clean the telehandler off, and what is that? What is that out there? I bet you that's lime. No, that's seeds. So that needs to go over by the cedar. Oh, I got a phone call. I'll be right back. Alright, let's wash this puppy off. All that grease and grime off there. Make her look all pretty. I don't know if moving it around actually helps. Certainly helps me. Very therapeutic. Look at that. Looks brand new. Yes. Yeah, I mean that's my personal thing that I think it should do. I mean, it's $4,000 for this goddamn thing. That doesn't look like a $4,000 freaking power washer to me. Nothing special about it. But anyway, now it would be see it's set up for dual controls. See, you could have another washer there. Now that would be worth $4,000. have 2 of them. You need to have power washer fights. Alright, let's see. I think everything is done. Oh, I gotta get that back. I could load this up. I mean, it's just one more crate. Yep. We gotta get that puppy back too. Go clean it off. And park it under the tree until next season. While I'm waiting, let's go ahead and complete these contracts. So right now I'm 666,000 in the hole completing these contracts. Puts us 600, that's not right. 656? Whatever. I don't think it counts. I don't think it, whatever. I don't know. Accountants, man. Accountants. I mean, fertilizer costs. There was 37,000 in fertilizer. Wage payment, 20,000. 69 in construction costs. But all that should have been accounted for before I did those contracts. Cultivating, 2 fertilizing. It's another 30,000. But I'm going to spend money fertilizing. It's going to be even more. Not doing sugar beets or sunflowers. Whoa! All right, let's go put this away. This is my cultivator. I want this down here. This is dirty, man. It's dirty, dirty. Look at that shit. Clean off the back first. Actually, it cleans the whole thing. Just all you got to do is hit it. Look at it cleaning that stuff right off. This is a brand new piece of equipment too. I had to buy this one new. It's just amazing. You know, it's got those little teeth in there. Puts the plant right through there. The teeth take off the cotton. Comes back here, goes through. I don't know what this is. It's like a little spinny drum thing when it's operating. I wonder. You know what? I wonder. Let's put that away. Let's get in. Let's see. Okay, I can't. Damn it. Because there's nothing in it. Oh, there is. There's 2% cotton in there. I was going to try to unload it, but you can't. So, no big deal. Alright, let's put this puppy away. Get out of the way, dog! I'm putting it right underneath that tree. Whoa! Okay, that wasn't quite underneath the tree. It's alright. That's good enough. Alright, it's got some furniture to load on there. I don't have to do that. Eggs are the next thing. I believe. Let's take a look. I think eggs are the next thing I need to sell. As we're in October. And eggs sell... Yeah, November, December. So, I'm gonna have to load up some eggs, but I don't have to do that right this second. So, actually, guys, I think I'm gonna call it a stream right here. You know, you guys have been fantastic. I really appreciate you guys jumping in my stream for me, especially during the weekday. I may be back on a little later. I haven't decided yet. But Bilbetto from across the sea, thank you very much. Liram, I really appreciate it. And for anybody else that's still on, Bob and who else was on? 007 was on. Yeah. I appreciate you guys all the time. You know that. Bill, if you pick up Myth of the Empires, we'll be playing Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You're more than welcome to join us. I don't know how that'll work running across the ocean like that, but you know, Starlink, man, that's all I gotta say. It's gonna take over the world. But hit that follow button for me if you will. It really helps with the stream. You know, it gets more people out there to see my videos. My farming simulator videos, I don't know why it's so popular, but damn, some of these videos have really taken off. I've had 300-400 people watching it, and I'm nothing special, so I'm not even a professional farmer. I just happen to live in farming country. But hit that follow button for me. It helps out on the algorithm. It is one of the last things you can do that's in this world that is still free. It doesn't cost you anything. You just get a free subscription, or not a subscription, a free... you sign up for free, and then you go to my channel and you hit that follow button. It looks just like this. Ding, boom, cut, ding. Hit that notification bell if you want to know next time I'm online, which will probably be tomorrow. I'll probably stream some more tomorrow. And then all my videos are uploaded to YouTube, so please go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button for me. I don't have enough followers over there to even make any money with YouTube. You gotta have 1,000 subscribers just to start making money. That's why I do Twitch, and that's why I left YouTube and came over to Twitch. Twitch, as soon as you became an affiliate, which was not hard to do, you start making a little bit of money. I mean, it's good enough to just, you know, buy a video game a month or something like that, but it's, you know, it's money in the bank. So I appreciate everybody. I'm Captain Adonis. I am out.